Hey Virgo, I'm doing a reading for you for the new moon in Capricorn. Virgo, I feel like this is a time where you're being very social. I feel like you're spending a lot of time with family, friends. You're amazed at how things are like really coming along here. I feel like you have a lot of like love, support, genuine people that are caring about you. I feel like there's a lot of invitations to things that you weren't really expecting to go to, but the more that you're like going and doing these things, the more that like you're showing up for like the people, places, and things here that you're being pulled to, like you're getting so many blessings. I feel like you have a lot of like spiritual upgrades at this time. A lot of people, places, and things that are in support of you as you're going through it. First out, we have solitude. Yeah. You've been doing a lot of work on yourself. You've really been paying attention to how you're feeling about certain aspects. There's been a lot of forgiveness within yourself for other people here as well. There's a space here where you're really just valuing your gifts, like how you're showing up for the world, right? There's a space here where you're finding a lot of love, a lot of enjoyment within yourself. I feel like you could be spending a lot more time in nature, right? Like spending a lot more time with yourself, connecting to the one here as well, right? There's going to come a time here where these things that are showing up for you are out of this world. I feel like you have so many children, so many different animals surrounding you at this time, and I feel like that's really uplifting you here as well, right? All right, let's get into your cards. First out, we have death. Virgo, I feel like there's been such a transformation within yourself as to what it is you've really been going through, right? Like I feel like there's been like a lot of like issues, problems here, right? And I feel like now's like a lot of like confrontations here. You're putting these things to rest. Like, you know that in order for you to like get the next step, the next like phase of your life, it's time for you really to let some things go here that just have not been for your highest good, right? And I feel like you're having a lot of understanding about that, right? And you have the Justice card. You could be dealing with the Libra here as well. I feel like there's a space here where, once again, I feel like there was like a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing, a lot of frustrations here as well. It's all coming to an end. Once again, there's been a lot of forgiveness, a lot of understanding here as well, right? I feel like the more that you're laying these things to rest here as well, the universe is coming in and like bringing in blessings. Like these are things that you're supposed to be doing here, right? And I feel like you were really listening to your spirit guides, really listening to your intuition here as well, right? I feel like there could have been an energy here where there's been somebody around you and I feel like they've almost been like sneaky and shady, but I feel like all of that's coming to an end, right? Like I feel like the more that you're allowing yourself to show up in a genuine, compassionate way, the more other people are willing to do that as well, right? Like there's not going to be any more like chaotic energy. I don't feel like somebody's being like too sneaky here as well, right? It's time for there to be like a true transformation in these energies, right? And then we have the Page of Wands. Yeah. Moving forward, I don't feel like it's necessarily walking on eggshells. Good morning. I feel like instead of like necessarily walking on eggshells, I feel like there's going to be a space here where you're just doing things a lot smarter, right? Like I feel like there's a space here where instead of like sharing what you're really feeling, I feel like there's a space here where like you're almost like filtering out, not like you don't have to say the things that are necessarily coming to your mind involving this energy here as well. Play the game a lot smarter here as well, right? And we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah. This could definitely be involving a love situation. Once again, I feel like there could be somebody around you up to this point who has been very sneaky and shady about how it is they're truly feeling about you here as well, right? And I feel like you're like picking up on these like different energies as to like what it is. I can't speak slow. I try. I feel like there's a space here where there's been an energy that is coming in for you. It could definitely be involving a love situation, a very passionate situation here, very romantic. I feel like it's coming in out of nowhere, very unexpected here as well, right? I don't feel like you're like showing all your cards here as well. Oh, thank you so much. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. I don't feel like you're necessarily like wearing your heart on your sleeve like that you had been up to this point. Once again, I feel like you're doing it very like smartly, like really protecting yourself, right? And then we have the Ten of Swords. There could have been several different love situations that you had been dealing with up to this point. Could be involving a Scorpio, could be involving a Libra here, somebody with these traits very heavy. I feel like there had been a situation here involving this love energy. I feel like it's almost like being put to rest, right? There's been a lot of like hurt energies, a lot of like harsh words being said. I feel like you weren't really like there's a sword that's going like straight through his third eye, right? Like I feel like there was a situation here that you had been dealing with where you weren't really able to see the situation clearly. Like it was like almost like pushing you out of touch with your intuition here. You weren't really able to see like how yes, okay, yeah. I feel like there's a situation here where you weren't really able to like see the situation clearly. Like you weren't really able to like show up in the way that was necessary for yourself. And I feel like that was really affecting you. The more that you were connecting with this energy, it's almost like it was throwing your intuition off, right? And it wasn't just involving this situation. I feel like it was involving all situations. And I feel like you're having some understanding about that and really letting it go, right? You're, once again, we have the 7 of Wands. You're really protecting yourself, your heart, what it is you're trying to go through here for yourself. You're not really, like, I feel like there's a space here where you're like building up a little bit of a wall here. So you're not so like gung-ho to like just start something new and just like jump in both feet in, right? Like there's a space here where you're really protecting yourself, right? And then we have the 5 of Swords. I feel like if there's an energy around you that is almost confusing, like bringing chaos, a lot of frustration to you here as well, it's almost like you're learning how to take these things with a grain of salt. You're not allowing these things to really come in and affect you in the way that they have been up to this point here as well, right? Yeah. Once again, it's a protective wall. Like you're not taking what they're saying to heart any longer. Like you know the truth about how you're feeling about situations, and you're not necessarily having to like share with this person or convince them of how you think and feel, right? There's a space here where there could be several different people coming up and trying to like come in and confuse you as to how you're thinking and feeling. Once again, really connect with your intuition, really connect with how you're thinking and feeling. And if there's been situations here where yeah, I feel like there's been several different people coming in and almost like confusing you with their words, confusing you with their actions here, that like trying to like convince you that like the things that you're wishing for aren't right or aren't correct, or you can't have these things, you should settle. And I feel like there's a space here where you're really protecting yourself against these things, right? I'm sorry, I do talk fast. And then we have the World card. Once again, there's going to be a space here where they're almost like trying to like end the things that you've been manifesting for yourself. They're almost like trying to come in and confuse you as to like these things can no longer happen for yourself. And there's a space here where you're having some realization like, no, like your wish fulfillments are your wish fulfillments. I feel like there's a space here where the things that you have been like wishing and praying and hoping for, I feel like there's going to be a space here. It's really changing how you're thinking and feeling about these things here as well, right? There should be like a little settings like button here as well that you can like slow it down, right? So don't talk so fast. I try not to. I'll try to talk a little slower. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know, when I'm in the energy, it just comes out so quickly, right? Yeah, there's a space here where I feel like you're almost like scratching like the things here that really have not been transpired for you. Like I feel like there was a lot of wish fulfillments that were coming in and it wasn't what you were wanting. So I feel like moving forward, you're gonna like get a lot more deep with yourself. You're gonna have a lot more understanding as to what it is you're really wanting. I feel like there's gonna be a huge change and shift and the things that you've been manifesting for yourself here as well, right? And then we have the 9 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. Yeah, we have the World card, the 9 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. There's going to be a situation coming in for you after a huge ending, right? Like there's going to be a huge shift here as well. There was a situation here that was very hurtful, like a lot of hurt actions, a lot of frustrations here as well, things that weren't necessarily playing out. I feel like there was a lot of tit for tat, like a lot of, well, you did this, and there could have been some retaliation in there as well, almost in order to like hurt another person. No, I feel like after this situation's really end, and I feel like you could have thought that this was a situation that couldn't be repaired, that couldn't be recovered here as well, right? No, I feel like this is going to be an energy, a person. It doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship. It could just be a friendship here as well. Very Saturnian. I feel like they're going to almost like spin the block. I feel like you behaved in a correct way that was benefiting yourself and this other energy. I feel like instead of being hateful, instead of being rude here, I feel like, oh, thank you guys for liking. I feel like you were sending out a lot of love energy, a lot of forgiveness, and a lot of understanding. And the fact that you did that, I feel like it's pulling in a reunion here involving this person. It could definitely be involving a air sign feminine energy. That could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, right? Yeah, I feel like once you allow this situation to really have an ending and really just keep sending out love, keep sending out enjoyment here as well, I feel like there's going to be a space here where there's going to be a reunion, and I feel like it's really going to benefit you here as well. And it could also be involving a water sign feminine energy. I feel like there's a space here where you're really able to like sit down and have like genuine conversations about genuine emotions. And I feel like there's a space, like it's like getting everything out, and I feel like it's going to be benefiting you here as well, right? Yeah, this could definitely be familial here as well. And we have the King of Pentacles. Here you are, Virgo. If this is not you, you could be dealing with a masculine earth sign energy. That could be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo here as well. Yeah, really. Yeah, and we have the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. There's a space here where you could have had like a fight, or, you know, like something didn't necessarily transpire in the way that it should have, but I feel like you definitely won the war here. I feel like there's a space here where it's to your benefit. Like the more that you're like almost avoiding this fire sign feminine energy, I feel like it's pushing you into a space here where you're getting victories, you're getting successes here. Once again, I feel like this is a Queen of Wands that was almost like stopping and preventing you from getting what it is that you're really wanting and deserving. Like there's a space here where if we allow certain people and energies into our life that aren't necessarily good for us, right, it almost like takes away our blessing, right? We're involving too much negative energy in situations here that it's not necessary. And so I feel like there's a space here where you're just not able to really move forward involving the situation, and it's to your benefit. It's bringing in successes and blessings here as well, right? That's funny. Yeah, and then we have the Five of Wands. Once again, this, that's funny. This is a Queen of Wands who's been causing a lot of frustration, a lot of chaos, a lot of just fighting energy, unnecessarily fighting here. And once again, the more that you're continuously like going towards this energy, going towards this person, it's causing more chaos in your life here as well. Like once again, this is very much a chaotic energy, right? Yeah. And then we have the King of Swords, and then we have the King of Swords. Moving forward, I feel like you're going to be a lot more like protective. I feel like you're going to start coming forward in such a manner that you are delivering the facts. You are telling people how it is. You're not just accepting any energies that's coming in, any conversations here as well. I feel like moving forward, you're going to be the one that's like starting these conversations here as well, right? And then we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you could definitely have a King of Swords around you at this time. Where there was a lot of love, but I feel like there was a lot of frustration here as well. A lot of fighting, a lot of cussing, a lot of fussing, you know. But this is definitely an energy here where there is a lot of love shared. There is a lot of enjoyment here. It's true, genuine emotion, right? I feel like there was a space here where there was just too much chaos, right? And I feel like you're having some true understanding about that. I feel like there was a lot of chaos involving the situation here because once again, I feel like they had a lot of like emotion for you, a lot of love, and I feel like they weren't really able to express it, right? Once they're truly able to show up and be honest with you about how they're really thinking and feeling about situations, the more that you can kind of like work through this energy here where it's been like very frustrating, right? And then we have the Six of Swords. Yeah. And we have the Six of Swords. In order for you to have like forward movement involving the situation, once again, I feel like there's going to be a genuine sit down talk about like why you're feeling these way, like why they're feeling this way. And I feel like there's a lot more honesty involving the situation that there hasn't been up to this point, right? Yeah. All right, let's get one card out for how you guys can heal this energy. Thank you so much for liking it. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you have an awesome day. Ooh, that's too many. Just too many. Just one. I keep wanting to pull two. It says face your financial fears, right? Once you are honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. Once again, I feel like there's a space here where you're just not showing up like in being honest with how you're really thinking and feeling, and I feel like there's other energies that are doing that here as well. I feel like there's like almost a fear of like if I am honest, like this could involve a situation here where it could either be really successful, and I feel like that scares you, and it could also turn out really terrible, and I feel like that scares you as well, right? Be honest with yourself about why you're feeling this way. Like, why are you afraid of something working out to your benefit, or why are you like afraid that it's just gonna like crash and burn? Like, everything's a lesson, everything's a blessing here as well. And I feel like the more that you're honest with yourself about how you're thinking and feeling, the more that you're truly able to like work through these things here as well, right? I am on Virgo. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you for subscribing here as well. And just get out there and enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life, right? All right, guys, I'll see you next time.